Hello, hi. Come in.
Come in.
Michael is the detective.
Where's Mom?
She's having a moment. Let me let her do
Michael? You okay? You okay? Hey. So sorry.
Thank you so much.
Since you're going to be busy.
Yeah, she's right here.
Hi. You are?
Christine, the one.
Christine? Girlfriend, there's been a lot of people. In my defense. You are?
Julian.
I'm his daughter-in-law. I'm Calvin's daughter-in-law, Michael's wife.
You're Mike's wife?
Yes.
Okay,
my
and you are?
husband.
Oldest daughter.
Carrie Ann.
Carrie Ann.
Perfect. All right. Can the children take off and play?
Yeah, I'll take them.
You
take
mind?
them. Yeah, come on. Let's go.
Mom's in the shower.
You want me to go with her?
No, it's okay, baby. Let her go. Let her shower.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go here.
Come this way.
Let's go on the room.
All right. I'm here to say that I just left Dad, okay? And they did the examination, and we did positively identify him because of the pacemaker. Okay? Now, you guys knew, I knew, but we still have to do the positive ID. Okay? All right. Some of the things our victim advocate gave me this. Okay? This is incredibly overwhelming. You're going to get hit with a lot of things that you had no idea ever even needed to be done. I'm still going to go through this with Mom, but I know that you guys are retaining things quicker than Mom is right now. Does that make sense? Okay? So this is just, it's a basic little pamphlet to read, and it tells you, I can see right here, you've already got your little list going. This helps. Okay? So I will share this with Mom. The other thing is that I kind of need Mom for is I want to go ahead and double up. We'd like to get Dad's toothbrush and stuff for DNA. Okay? The positive ID with the pacemaker is pretty much an ID, but I'm going to ask Mom if there's a way that I can get the toothbrush.
I can just give it to you.
Huh?
I can get it.
Yeah, but it's
Well,
Mom.
the thing is that
Okay.
the mom is not really, she's putting everything on the rest of us to do. So
Right.
But before we just go snag it, let's at least tell her.
Okay.
And then you can go get it for me. The other thing is that with Dad's death, I do need to collect all his medication. That is something that we do. Okay? So that, I guess, you can go ahead and get for me. The medical examiner. Here's the thing. Do you guys got any idea why we're getting phone calls with allegations?
Yeah, okay, so that's...
Fill me in, because we're going, what?
That's been a little thing we've been hearing.
So you've been hearing it too?
Yeah, they have a...
You guys okay?
Matter of fact, they have a little rumor about they think that his wife may have did something, whatever. But,
You guys have all heard this too?
no, she doesn't know that.
We've heard it back from other people.
Okay.
She hasn't heard that.
Mom doesn't know?
No.
Okay.
So, to my point of view is that the type of person that my dad is,
Somebody's not happy.
yeah, the type of person that my dad is, because his brother drowned in AIDS and water, so he doesn't fool with water.
That's the whole reason he doesn't swim.
Exactly.
How old is this?
We had a above ground pool as kids back in Miami, but he doesn't go to the beach, he doesn't swim.
How old was his brother?
When he passed,
Maybe 11, 12, that was
He was a kid.
it was a long time ago.
So how old
And
was
his
Dad?
sister found him.
younger.
Younger?
Yeah, I believe he was there when it happened.
So his 11-year-old brother drowned,
Yeah.
and he and his little sister found him?
Oh,
Well,
he was
we know the
there.
sister found him.
Yeah, I believe they were both there in the water.
Well, I don't know the specifics of it.
Oh
But
my
because
gosh.
his brother drowned in the water,
That's why it's...
him in water, for him to go like that doesn't make sense, number one. Number two.
I don't think that he did.
Yeah,
No,
but
I'll
I'm
explain.
just saying
This is the rumors.
Yes.
Okay.
So number two, he's the type of person that always answers the phone, always calls you back,
I'll be right back.
It's okay. Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm just going to talk to my mom.
Okay.
always
Let's
calls you
just walk
back,
out and hear this part.
Right?
always calls you back, always texts you back. So for his friends to call him on a Friday and say call me back, and they don't hear from him Sunday, Saturday, it's unusual.
Right.
So that's number two. Number three, he's that type of person that he wouldn't come out of the house at 12 o'clock at night on a regular and go back there. So these are all the things that are coming to mind of his close friends and
And
family.
then I think the fact too that we asked for nobody to
And
call
on
us,
top of that,
text us, whatever.
And this is what these people are going with. This is what they're saying.
They're putting everything
Well, the
together.
first day we had,
I just had a Fort Pierce police officer tell me, oh yeah, he said, I heard he had dementia. I went,
We ain't know- yeah.
what?
he was
I
never
said, there's no
asked.
diagnosis of dementia. I said, was he getting forgetful and repetitive? Yeah. But I said, there's no diagnosis. Oh, I heard he was, I was like, no.
Yeah, so.
This is what happens, guys. It's exhausting. It is
But the first
truly.
day-
So that's why we asked for none of this, because we're hearing, like, people are coming to say, oh, we're
Yeah, they're
offering our
coming in.
condolences.
But then they're investigating on
Was
their
this
own.
was like, and then bringing it and telling her right then,
And she breaks down. So then, the first day when we found out he was missing, we're getting phone calls to his phone. Because he's known from Jamaica to England. He's a very popular guy.
Right.
And so we're getting phone calls to his phone, and they're asking all these questions. And we have to read
Who are these people?
all his friends.
families, friends.
Family and friends.
He's popular.
Very popular. So they're asking.
No, I realize that, but there's a sense of decorum.
But
No, I
with him, he's close to people like that, so they feel that they have the right to ask all these
Right.
questions, and that you need
Because
to
he
explain.
would answer it.
He would. He's very
He
good
would.
like that.
Right.
So they feel like they need to
Huh.
explain.
Those are all his? Dang, that's good.
So that's the reason why
You did touch it.
they feel.
Touched about this part.
That's the
job.
reason they feel that something's fishy. That's what they can say.
So they believe that there's something fishy because he
That's out of his character.
because why? Because they don't believe he's a person capable of having an accident?
Yeah.
And because like, that's how we're handling it.
Or-
Yeah, but I love your post, by the way. You were like, hey, you make this announcement that, yes, we found my father. Please keep your comments and your phone calls to a minimum as we need to be alone. We want to be with ourselves. And there was like 398. And I'm like, wow, that real people really listened.
And that post was really, I had to get it appropriate a couple times because I really was very rude the first time I was
Yeah.
because with the overwhelming calls.
Yeah.
They don't believe that we've called the police, that we've checked all the hospitals, that we've checked them into hospitals.
Right.
They just think.
And you went and we actually checked them 3 times. And then I even told you I contacted fire rescue.
Yeah, they're trying to come to you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
That's that.
All right. So we were, we obviously do our job. So I don't care. Hi, Mama. Come sit down, baby. So that's part of the reason that I'm here. Is number one, we wanted to come get the toothbrushes in case we needed to do an identification. Okay. I just came back from spending the morning with Calvin up at the medical examiner's office. He was completely examined, and I need his medication. And then we also found the pacemaker, and we were able to get Metatron. They identified him through
Yeah, I told the guy that we have his card here if they wanted it.
It's okay. The medical examiner's office is equipped for all that. So once we found it and we found the numbers and everything, we just called it in, and they literally just within minutes, it was like that belongs to Calvin Berry. Okay, so. I'm here to tell you that we do have the positive identification, okay? The toothbrushes were in case we needed it, as far as that's concerned. Let's see here. The other thing that I wanted to ask you is I need to collect his medication. Do you guys have it all gathered up that we can just throw it in a bag?
We have everything except for the
No, I think he put it high. No.
well, my uncle hit one medication because
The
just in
main
case
one.
it was like.
Wait a minute. Your uncle hid one. Why?
He hit the Alprozam one,
Just in case,
the main one.
they can-
Just in case someone else would take this hot.
Oh, you mean he didn't hide it from Dad?
No.
He hid it since Dad
Yes.
disappeared, so nobody would take it. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I need to collect those.
This was, what other ones that?
Here, sweetheart. How about you see
Yeah,
Can
Too
you have his
bad.
phone number? Call him.
is the mom's one. You don't got Uncle.
Oh, we don't know where it's hidden?
No, he wouldn't tell us.
Let me
it's up there.
have this, because I don't need everything. Like this, I don't need. No, I'm talking to.
I'm gonna
Okay.
check.
The multivitamin.
She's getting her phone. Yes, I'll get the number.
The impressive. What they're gonna do, I'll wait until Mom gets back. I hate repeating everything because I know you guys get tired of hearing me. I get tired of hearing me. Toothpicks. Those are really.
Those are can keeper.
Potassium. Does Dad have a lot of cramps?
No, potassium is for no. Because I take
It's
potassium.
low sodium. My husband was put on
It's
it.
because we don't eat like the meat.
Are these the two?
From taking this one.
Do what?
I know they stopped him from taking this
Who's
one.
they? The doctor? Okay.
Potassium was like.
All right. So the Z.
Okay.
Okay. So the doctor basically made him stop this one.
This one.
When they gave him the one from the hospital, the low. Oh,
You were just in the phone, Christine.
what? Look up to the after that and see the
What is it? Ativan? Ativan. Isn't that the heart?
Generic version of that.
Is that anxiety medication?
Okay. Okay, so these I'll send up to the medical examiner's office. Okay, you can have this back. Is that everything?
Can we get a picture of them so we know?
Yeah, you absolutely.
Why would she have his number?
I'm gonna turn them around because we're used to photographing them. And I'll give you the,
She said to call up the Sheila for her.
the other thing,
Why would she have a brother?
Althea, is would you consent to me, for me to take Calvin's phone and do a forensic examination on it? No big deal? Okay. It'll take us a couple days and we'll bring it right back. Nothing will be erased. Nothing will be deleted. Nothing will be, it'll come back exactly the way you gave it to us. Do what?
Oh, no, because that's how I'm communicating. Okay.
It'll be just for a few days. Okay? And what we talked about while Mom was showering
Uncle Garfield hid.
is why. Okay? Because you guys shouldn't have to go through that. And that's BS.
Michael,
Okay.
come.
Let's see here.
He said, set yourself heavy with your bedroom in the wall.
Okay. Althea, my victim advocate gave me a little package for you. Okay?
The victim advocate?
A victim advocate. She asked me, she said, do I need to go out to the house? And I said, this woman has got a multitude of support, which was wonderful. Okay? But this is a package, and basically what it does is it helps you through what needs to take place now. Okay? Like it's got phone numbers in here for different types of places. It tells you what you may need different death certificates for. Okay? So it's kind of a guide, and it's really helpful. Okay? So there's that.
Did they give the police said they would give us the result
Hold
of
the crystal on the second.
That's what I'm here to talk about once we get everybody back here. Okay. All right, Althea, I'm going to put your name in here. This is a consent to search. This is basically meaning that, like I said, we're going to do a forensic exam on Calvin's phone,
All right, thank
and
you.
we're good to go. Is that the one?
Yes.
Okay.
But we'll call you back with the detail. We're still interviewing with her.
Okay.
I want to do a forensic on his phone.
Say it again? Yeah, we're fine. Okay, no problem. Okay, cool. Alright, bye.
You know what I'm
Going to.
Okay, where is Dad's cell phone?
Right here.
Okay, can you tell me about it? It's an iPhone, Android, what is it?
Android.
Okay.
Hey, write down Uncle Garfield number, everybody number before we get there. How
Does-
long before we get the phone back?
Just a couple days. Just a couple
We need
days.
numbers.
I know, you need numbers out of there. And so it'll be a couple days and
saying?
that's
You say you
tops.
want to erase anything?
No. Nothing gets erased. Nothing will disappear. All the pictures that Dad has, everything that's on the phone will still be on the phone when it comes back. Okay?
We don't know the people's number.
That's fine.
Well, we don't. That might
But we
be-
don't got the sign up.
That might be.
Okay, Android what?
I don't know. You just read this one.
It's okay. It's a black. Is it black? Black in color?
Christine,
Some lady.
who is that?
Some lady. I don't know.
But tell them, this is what I'm saying, this is what I'm talking about.
I know.
Tell
I
them
know.
we're busy and they, come back later. This is a black Android phone.
Okay.
Let me see if I can take it out of the case, because he
That's
just got
okay.
this phone apparently.
Yeah.
And
You want to know what type of phone it is? Go to settings and then about phone.
Did you want to take a picture of these? Or do you want me to? I can take a picture and document it. There you go. Come do, let's see here.
Take a picture. I'm looking for the phone in front of me.
Mom asked if we'd take a picture of them. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
I don't know which one's no.
It's fine.
It's a Galaxy A11.
Does you remember if he's not supposed to have the Zolpidem because they stop him on that one?
You said Galaxy what?
A11.
A11 or 8?
A.
A.
Oh, A. Oh,
A11. Is there a password?
No.
no.
Okay.
But remember, my mom just said something about a medicine that.
Yeah,
Generic for.
Oh, Michael, she was saying
I'm
to stand them together and do
Oh.
picture.
oh yeah, here, like this. I've already got them up. Come around here. The Zolpidem they took him off of, and what else did they take him off of? If you come down, you can get a picture of everything straight on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you get it? I might have to go sideways. There you go. Okay. These won't be returned, but you don't need them anyway. But the medical examiner's office wants them because it'll help them when they do the toxicology. They know what medicines to look for. Okay? They'll know if he took too many of one or if he was taking them all the way he was supposed to. Okay? Got it? I heard you. You took like 3 of them. Good job. Okay. Okay, so we got that done. We've got the toothbrushes done. And then we're down to the cell phone. Okay.
When he goes to work,
You
he
said
picks some of it.
Oh, the numbers?
Okay. All right. Are they the same pills?
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. Okay, well, we'll double check them. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that his arm?
This is your pen, right?
No, that's yours. I'm going to leave them in this plastic bag so I know which ones he took to work. Is that okay if I take the bag?
Yeah, that's fine. Just remember he says he takes one to the doctor and put in the small ones to go to work.
Right. Because nobody wants to cart that around. Okay, sweetheart, this is just giving me consent for the phone. Okay? And I didn't know your full last name.
Say Barry?
Huh?
Barry?
Okay, I thought you had another one added there.
Campbell, Berry,
Campbell.
Campbell, Berry.
Okay, just sign here and date it there. That's it.
Who will remember what I need?
What are y'all think?
What are you taking?
I just put
She's documenting the phone.
What
That's
number?
the
That's
Franklin. Yeah, that's the Franklin. That's his pastor. Roger.
Okay, you're gonna print your name here, and today is March 15th. And what is the time? 12:07.
You have Patrick's number though, right?
15.
Yes, 3:15.
And you said 12.
12:07. Okay. And like I said, guys, I will get it back to you as soon as I can, as soon as he's done with it, okay? Because I know we need numbers.
Michael, you should have like a family, right?
There's a family group chat.
Okay. Or you do you need money?
Okay.
How about maybe from the post office?
That's the post office. Not talking
What you
about.
say, Nadia?
No, she
That's
had
what I
called.
said, Nadia.
No, I need that number because
No, if it's Nadine, it will say Nadine. Oh, it's on my phone.
Nadia, she called talking about for the counseling.
Oh, Uncle Godfrey said it was.
Yeah, she said
Okay, so
Uncle Carl.
regarding what we were discussing earlier, okay? We are not answering to these people anymore, okay? There's some people that have called us, okay? There's some people that have called us, and we just want you to know, other members of the family, okay? And just understand that we are not providing them with any information regarding your father, because they are not next of kin. Okay, we are referring them to Robert Campbell. Is that your brother? Okay, and Mom. That's it. Okay, so if anybody says anything, they're guessing because we are not providing it to them. Okay, we don't get caught up in that. We're not going to get caught up in that, and it's not our job to do that. Okay, you guys, if there is a family member distant or a distant friend, that needs to be handled by you guys on what you let people know and what you tell them. Okay? I just came back from Calvin's examination and there were no signs of trauma to his body. Okay? no suspicious bruising, no suspicious broken bones, no skull fractures, nothing. Okay? At this point, for all makes and purposes, Dad fell down the hill and ended up in the water. Now, we are not going to have any kind of a final cause of death because we have to do the toxicology. Okay? We want to make sure that that he didn't want to commit suicide and take a handful of pills. Okay, because I'm not, no, baby, it's an example. It's an example. Calvin didn't do that, but we want to make sure, okay? So when they run toxicology, it's actually pretty cool. When they run toxicology in somebody and they see how much alcohol they have, or drugs, or prescription drugs, it literally tells you if they're taking it according to the prescription or if they took too many, okay? It'll literally tell us that. All right? And it's basically something we want to rule out. Does anybody think that Calvin did that? No. But they can't.
That made that statement yesterday.
The guy who came in here?
He said, why Calvin did that?
Do what?
One of his friends came in here, and the first thing he said was,
Why he did that to himself.
Yeah. No.
I just think he mistake our house for that man's house.
Sweetheart, at this point, your dad suffered an accident, okay? There was nothing about the heart. There was nothing about the heart that was extreme, okay? The things that we were seeing supported the accident, and I can tell you that they did an incredible job with Calvin. They really did. And there are absolutely no signs of any type of intentional violence against your husband, okay? So that supports an accident.
Can they check to see if he had a blockage? Because
The heart looked good. Okay, but now here's the cool part. Okay, let's say that if his heart, why was the pacemaker in? Why was it implanted?
Well, the infraction.
Oh, he had cardio, like infarction. Is that it? I think that's what it's called.
They say he has chronic heart failure.
Chronic heart failure.
It's not pumping properly.
Okay, that's what the doctor actually told me this morning. She said that, because I'm like, why was the pacemaker installed? What would that help? And
medicine to help it,
and it wouldn't, so they put in the pacemaker. Okay, so they said chronic heart failure. Okay, because see, I can.
tablet or something? She got it. Give her that thing, because she's.
What?
No, the baby.
Oh, the baby. Okay. All right. So that's why they put the pacemaker in. How long has it been in, sweetheart?
Almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
last year, the year before, when all of them was in the hospital.
Yeah, 2 years.
Almost 2 years. Okay, that's close, but I don't need the exact date. Okay, so now the cool part about this pacemaker is we've already ordered the company that makes them. Okay, they're going to go to the ME's office and they're literally going to hook it up and see if it was trying to work the night Dad went missing. In other words, was he standing at the top of the hill, went into some kind of a heart issue, and fell down the hill?
Or if his heart was exaggerating, like trying to come out
Right,
or whatever.
right. Did he panic when he hit the water? If he slipped and fell, he panics. Now all of a sudden his heart's going crazy because he's struggling to try to get out of the water.
Show would it show like a printout of?
I don't know what's on there. Okay, I know that my taser can tell you the time, the temperature, the day, how long I pulled the trigger for, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it gives you everything, okay? Now, these pacemakers, Dad's is only 2 years old, so that means it's got a newer technology. So I'm not sure what will be on the report. I know we will at least know if it charged to try to help him, if it engaged to try to help him, meaning that his heart was in distress. Okay, so again, then that would be a medical issue that caused his death. But that's I was really impressed with that. When they called the numbers in, we took all the numbers off of it right away. We called them in, and immediately Metatron said, "This is who it belongs to. Do you want us to come over and do?" They call it a investigation or something. And basically, what they do is they extract the information. So we'll have that information as soon as I have that. I'll call you guys and let you know, because that leans more towards he got himself into a heart issue, a heart situation, be it panic from being in the water or fear, or we don't know. Okay, and really, without anybody watching somebody have an accident, sometimes you really just don't know what happened. Okay, we know that Calvin didn't swim in 3 feet of water. Somebody that's scared of water and panics, that's all it takes. Now I've gulped in this huge amount of water, and now he's just panicking even more. Okay, so we're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to keep going. I'm glad you guys are aware of what's going on the other side. Okay, so you guys take care of yourselves. And like I said, we don't work for them. Okay, I am working for you guys. I'm working for Calvin, and I work for all 4 of you. That's who I work for. No one else. Okay, so you keep that in mind. Let me see, I've got the medication. I'm waiting on the phone. That's it. Okay, they checked everything on Dad.
So
everything. It was awesome.
At what point will we when we will know the final result?
Okay, here's the thing. Now there's no outward sign. Okay, there's no broken bone. There's no. This is what took your dad's life. Because of that, it's going to pend. They're going to call it pending toxicology. Okay. Now, with that being said, that can take 6, 8, 10 weeks. We are at the mercy of the labs. Now, that's only a cause of death. Okay. We're ruling out an intentional act against Dad. Okay, and that's a good thing. If it was an accident, it's an accident. At least we know at this point that no one did him harm. Okay, unless we find an exorbitant amount of drugs in his system. But that can take 6 to 8 to 10 weeks. Now,
with that being said, do we actually have to wait, or is it suggested that we wait to proceed with funeral services?
No. In fact, this will.
Saying is you don't have to wait.
No.
6 to 10 weeks.
No. What's going to happen is the medical examiner's office is going to call you guys. Okay? Your name was listed. I need to give her the ME report. Once I give her my ME report, she'll know who to contact. Okay? Now, Sarge sent me Robert's number. Would you rather the ME's office call him, or do you want him to call you?
You can call me.
Okay. What's your number?
786-298-4802.
Okay. And it's Mike, right?
Michael Berry.
Okay. Michael. I can remember that. It's my husband's name. Okay. So what the medical examiner is going to do, his examination's been done. Okay. They had 10 people come in this weekend, which is a ginormous amount.
Oh, dead people?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the news.
It was crazy up there. Okay, but what's going to happen is, as they process his paperwork and stuff, they're going to make this phone call. The only thing that you guys even need to mess with or do anything with right now is you need to honor Dad's last wishes. Okay, so you will provide them with the funeral home, and now he's done with you guys, and he's going to work with the funeral home, and then the funeral home is going to call you when Calvin's at their place, and then you can go see him. Okay?
Maybe go back small.
No, baby, he's still Calvin. Okay? But I want you to understand, he was in the water.
So he's swollen.
No, not anymore.
You mean like gators?
Yeah. No, more like turtles. When Calvin went into the water, the little turtles tried to eat. That's why they didn't want you guys to go down and see him. But I want you to keep that in mind, because I know Mom wants to go see him. Okay? Now okay, so the funeral home is going to take care of it. But I just want you to understand, Dad's not going to look like he did before he went into the water. And I'm just being real.
Right.
I'm not trying to be mean. But I would much rather you know ahead of time and be prepared for it than walk in and go, why didn't the detective give us this warning?
Right.
Okay? He just doesn't look the same, sweetheart. It's still Calvin, okay? But he was in the water, and what's in the water? Water has little critters, okay?
I was on which I don't know if you said anything, but if you tell us the time maybe that he.
No. No.
Would they know, like, at which,
Where he went in?
right,
No.
but with some type of investigation or something?
There's no way to know, because this is moving water, okay? So if, let's say, the canine tracked correctly and Dad had walked up to Thornhill,
Right.
okay? What are the chances, though, that this is where he stopped,
Right.
okay? So my personal opinion is he was at the back of the house and went in down there.
I wanted to add too.
But nobody will ever know, to be honest with you, because,
Right.
again, you don't have a scene at a particular point that dictates somebody went into the water at that location. We just have Dad being found in the water. So there's no way really to know, unless somebody would have it on camera.
Yeah, that's how.
Oh, did you get any cameras?
No.
That's
No.
how I was-
I did all the rings. I went, guys, from your house, and I went as far as it lets me go, which is like 3 miles in each direction. And I covered the canal because of where do people put cameras in their backyard for thieves? So I'm hoping somebody would have caught Dad back there, anywhere. And I literally went as far as it let me go from your house. And I got one video that was of a dark car with headlights on.
And that's what I was going to tell you. At the house at the end of the street on the right-hand side,
Right.
there's a guy that has cameras there. I went there a couple times. Originally, I couldn't get him because I guess he works overnight. But I finally did catch up with him, and he allowed me in the house to look at his camera system. And the only good view he has would be if my dad was walking up the street.
Right.
And from what I reviewed, I didn't see him walking up the street.
No.
So
And then you talk about these people that I saw him at 3 a.m. in Bayshore, and I saw him at 8 a.m. walking in. No, huh?
We saw those.
You followed every one of them. More than
We
likely,
didn't see anybody move.
more than likely he went in, and that was it.
So
Okay.
with the drones, you didn't see anything?
Because they sink. And that water back there is so murky. Do you remember me telling you when we did the second drone search, right? And we went down and I said, your guys' house is like the cutoff. Everything north of here gets real shallow. You can see spawning beds, you can see trash in the bottom of it, everything. From here south, it gets deep. And if Dad fell into the water and ended up in just 2 or 3 feet, it's deep enough that once he goes to the bottom, you cannot see him.
Why you didn't get any divers or anything like that?
Because we had no information dictating he had gone into the water. And the dive team has the same concept. It has elements. You have this canal, you have retention ponds that are nearby, and there was just no information dictating that he had gone to the water. I mean, think about it. K-9 had the door, and they had the stop sign. And without something putting Dad at that water, it's hard to get dive teams to just randomly search, not knowing if there's anyone in there or not.
So, and I know you don't have anything to do with the canine, but if the canine just had the door, why didn't they go all the way? Yeah, I know you don't have anything to do with the canine.
Yeah.
And then
The thing of it is, guys, is by the time several hours pass, I mean, you're at recovery. I'm not, I don't want to be mean. I'm not trying to be evil. I'm just being honest. If Dad went into the water and he panicked and he flailed and he filled his lungs with water, that was it. It was quick. It was painless. But more than likely it was accident. I mean, and that's all it takes. So, you talk about the dive team and we talk about the drones and everything. And again, had we known he went into the water, that would have been a whole different search, obviously, because now we know he's in there somewhere and we need to hunt him down.
because it was based off of strictly the dogs.
Right. Well, no, not strictly, because you also get people calling going, I saw him at 3 a.m., I saw him at 8 a.m., so that dictates.
There was a lady back there who told one of the detectives that she heard him say yes.
No, she heard something say yes.
No, she told him she heard him because she knows his voice.
Right, but the officers were back there. They would have seen him. If he was fully capable of speaking, then the officers that were searching the night that Mom called would have seen him.
But from the time that supposedly the lady across the street said she heard the family members calling out for Calvin,
Right.
She heard
Yes.
Calvin say yes. From that time to the time that an officer came out here and went to the back, what was the time frame of that? Because
I'd have to look that up.
if you can, please, because that for us is kind of disappointing that somebody said they heard him and then somebody came out and checked and they found nothing, and then to find out that he's actually back there. So that time frame for us
Because that
is
person
very.
knows his voice because they talk all the time.
Did they come out and look, just out of
Well, the
curiosity?
thing is, from what I understand,
Durkin, Officer Durkin, he walked.
no, not that. From what I understand,
When the lady heard the person
they were out
saying
there
yes,
search- they were
did
driving
she come
around,
out?
And they were calling Calvin.
Who's
No,
they?
She didn't come out and check.
Okay. Y'all were calling Calvin. Y'all
Right.
driving.
We were
or walking?
driving around.
Okay,
Okay.
so the neighbor across the street heard them calling Calvin, and Calvin answered yes.
Right.
Yes. Her impression was that he was in the backyard and just responding to them. And
So she didn't think anything dangerous.
So now when she hears that he's missing,
Now
she's
she brings it forward.
remembering-
But when she stopped here and told you, was the first time she had told law enforcement.
Yeah,
It
that's what I'm
didn't
saying.
get
I'm
said
trying to
that
figure out
night.
what
Like
time
the night that the
frame.
officers were here, she didn't come forward and say anything. She said something to me and Carl Durbin, the officer that pounded the pavement with me that Thursday. She stopped us down there. And that was the first time she had told us that.
That's what I'm trying to
She
see.
said
So what's the
something,
time in between that?
but the dude was here before she was here, right?
Carl Durbin, he was here that morning.
That's the man, let's keep driving.
Yeah, but the thing is, y'all have to understand is, if she heard him say at 12:30 saying, y'all didn't see him hear nothing, you call the police at whatever time. The Officer Durbin gets here first, and y'all tell him that. Oh, some lady.
Did you guys hear?
I talked to
You
her.
talked to him.
But what else I'm saying? But what's the time?
That was talking to
That's what I'm
Tommy.
saying. but
That was
what's the
what?
time that
That's when
Christine
they talked.
let
Mary,
him know?
Miss Mary and Durbin talked.
Who's Miss Mary? Oh, okay, the lady. Okay,
That's what I'm
and that
saying.
was the night of?
The same thing.
The morning of, because the dogs left, what, like 6 or something? I don't know what time the dogs left. And I think Mr. Durbin came,
No.
what, 7, 8? What time did he come?
He comes on duty at 7, so if he had just come on duty and came out into the area, it would have been 7 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yeah, so it would have been 7
That's what I'm
o'clock.
trying to get y'all to understand. From the time that the lady said she heard, possibly heard dad calling yes, and the time that somebody actually went back there, it would have been too late.
It would have been too
You
late.
understand
So
what
we
I'm
could
saying?
just scratch that out, you're saying?
I'm just saying.
We're not saying, I mean, we understand what the
Because
point,
We were kind of like blaming ourselves, like, damn, we should have
No.
followed that, but it was, you were saying
And
that it could have been too late.
honestly,
this
also
all
blaming the
numbers?
police because to come find out he's right there and somebody came out there and looked. But what I'm trying to let y'all understand is by the time somebody knew or heard check out there, he had already been out there.
by the time that information had been relayed to us,
Yes.
okay? By the time she spoke up and said, hey, this is what I heard, at that point, Dad was already gone. You understand that? Now, as far as not being able to find him, this water is horrible, okay? It is
No,
horrible.
we went out there a couple times. Even with Pink Justice. up
Right.
until the night before
Right.
found him,
We
and
all
saw
did.
nothing.
Mike, everybody was out there.
And
Think
it's
about it.
just, the people
Because I
who
know
found
you
him-
said you went in the water.
Well, I went the day that I came and saw you guys Thursday, and this lady stops Carl and I down here. I get down here. She's already said it again to you guys. And I'm like, oh, and you know, were officers back there? You guys are like, yeah, there were officers were everywhere. And I'm telling you, I'm going to go ahead and go through, scoot
The
through your
only one
backyard.
who wasn't back there was the dog. The dog stopped at the gate.
Right, which takes away the fact that we think Dad went into the water. Okay, so but the point is that I went back there, and I went back there early the next morning. Carl was back there. The officers that night were back there. Everybody was back there. But as far as this woman coming forward, you're exactly right. I mean, you hate to say it, but by the time she
but
said
I
it,
just don't want blame to be placed in the wrong direction.
I don't think
as
anybody's
you
to
know,
blame.
You know, I don't want them to think that if the police had got there 20 minutes earlier, or we went back there 5 minutes earlier, we could have saved them. No, by the time that lady,
Let you guys know, right?
it had been hours. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Wasn't that
Y'all
we were
don't-
And
beating
you-
up Dad? We were beating ourselves up like
Yeah.
we could have saved
I
him.
understand.
Right, right. And everybody does.
When
Everybody,
I pulled up, I
right.
didn't even know this information
Right.
until they found the body, and then it came to a memory
Right.
that
Right.
somebody said they heard.
But you're actually right. It is no one's fault. Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Now, if she had
Because she didn't put 2 and 2 together. She just
she
thought
did
he
not.
was
She
fine.
thought you're right. Like when you go, hey, Carrie Ann, where are you? And you're like, I'm
So
over
I'm saying
here.
she's probably beating herself up the same
She
way
was.
we're beating
Right.
ourselves up.
I should have called earlier. I should have walked out. I should have told them something.
Because she didn't even go back in her backyard and check. She
No.
just thought nothing.
And probably didn't even think about it until the next morning when she realizes that he's
Because when
missing,
she
and
did
Because
then
we were on the
it
street
dawns.
searching.
Right.
When
And
she
then
did
when she
realize,
saw the
she was
police.
driving around.
Exactly. And she drove around for
She saw
hours.
Christine and the police in the backyard.
And
And
then
Christine
she
said,
started driving around
what
like-
happened to Calvin or something like that. Christine said she
But then
told.
Christine said she started driving around like crazy. looking
Yeah.
for him.
She that
So
which
she
is
really did.
For
she's
hours.
beating herself
she
up
went
too.
to Stewart to look for him.
Yeah. I did.
Or who else?
Yeah. So.
I don't need that many numbers.
Hey, did you guys turn Dad's phone off for me? Did you turn Dad's phone off for me?
Oh, no.
Do me a favor, turn it off. Just
Yeah,
so,
it goes off.
yeah. Just so,
Yeah, but you said who was he on?
It was just Chuck Gary, because he been covering it. I think he's on my phone.
hang on a second, I got his number, he called me.
Oh yeah. The people from Stewart, they're talking about they in the street after that.
Oh, your dad?
Yeah.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I had to tell my friend who knew your dad. My friend works down in Stewart, and I said, "Hey, do you know the mail carrier down there?" And he goes, "Yeah, Calvin." And then I tell him he's missing. So yesterday I saw my friend, and I had to say, "We found Calvin." And he goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "He's okay, right?" And I went, "No, I'm sorry." And he was devastated. And it just,
You say he did not suffer, correct?
no, sweetheart, no.
And the
No.
things ended after.
No, do what?
The things that you said.
No, they just pick. I just don't want you to think that you're going to see Calvin's face the way it was.
Like the picture anymore.
No, baby, I'm so sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
What
She
color?
has to know.
No, she was.
What color? Because they said either a black or Hispanic male when
They just say that so that they don't have to come out and say Calvin was found.
It has to be confirmed with DNA.
We had to confirm him. Now they'll announce that they have him identified and that it was Calvin Berry.
Also, another statement is going to be out.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
And you said turn it off?
Yes, turn it off.
Turn it off and then turn it back on. Just in case it is,
You know what? I did not bring his... Guys, I did not bring his number with me. It's back at my office.
Who? We got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay, good. Okay.
You can't facilitate.
Look, for church, we got Pastor Frankie, that's all.
And plus, on top of that, everybody has Facebook. If we need to reach out to somebody, we can do it.
It will only be, we will do it as quickly as we can, okay? As long as my IT guy gets there, he will do an extraction. I will call you. We'll get it back to you immediately, okay?
When did you say about the body getting to?
That's all. It's kind of, it just depends. Like I said, they're extremely busy, okay? So as soon as they are able to release him, they will place the call on the, we call it, it's a death investigation report, okay? When we come out and we investigate deaths. And they put a point of contact, okay? So I'll call up. I was already with, they assign what they call an ME investigator to each family. They're the ones that are responsible for getting the medical records and things like that. So Nicole is going to be, it's investigator Nicole Mead is going to be who's calling, and she'll just say, "Dad's ready to go. Where do you want him to go?" And that's all you have to do. Guys, I am so sorry. The last thing I want to just break her heart. I just don't want the surprise.
Right. Understood.
I'm sorry.
No, understood.
No, I feel horrible. The last thing I want to do is break her heart.
We were hoping for different news, but we have it, and we just had to deal with it.
It's I just and the thing of it is the funeral home's going to end up telling you guys the exact same thing, whether or not you want to see him that way.
And so the next time we see his body will be when?
At the funeral home.
After they have already did what they needed to do?
We've already done the examination.
So
It's
I
up.
mean, like after they prepared the body?
Usually
You like make up everything. That's
you
what
should
said.
let them take care of Dad first before you go see
No, that's what
him.
I'm saying. Do we see him after they prepare the body?
It's up to no. The funeral home will give you that advice because they're going to tell you want to wait until we get our end done,
Okay.
and you probably should.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry, guys. I mean,
Okay, there's no password.
this is the worst part of my job. This is the worst part of my job. He was just, he's in the water. Water does things to a body, okay? And no, he's not all great big. He's still Calvin, okay? All right, did it shut off?
It took a while, but yeah.
Did it finally? Okay, all right. Like I said, I will expedite this, and as soon as I can get it, I will get it. I will call you guys immediately. If I can, I'll just bring it back over, drop it back off, okay? You have to sign a little form saying that I've released it to you, but it should be in the same condition. Nothing will be erased. All the contacts will be there, all text messages and everything else, okay? My husband still has the text messages from his mother.
I have his voicemails and
Yeah.
even if he says same old story and I'm picking up the phone, I have them on here.
I got him yelling at me on the phone.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
We got a couple of videos people been sending me.
Good. Do you guys have any other questions? I know your father and your husband were extremely loved by everyone. I felt very sad that I had to tell Charlie that yesterday. He looked like somebody had hit him when I told him that Calvin had been found.
Oh, I hit Charlie.
Charlie. Charlie writes parking tickets down in Stewart. So he was walking around and Dad's walking around
I
and
see him on Facebook talking. Yeah.
Charlie?
Yeah, he's pretty lit. He's pretty cool.
Charlie's a good guy.
Yeah.
First thing out of his mouth, he tells me, he said, I said, do you know the mail carrier down the street? And he goes, yeah, Calvin. I was like, Lord have mercy, everybody does know this man. And the next thing that Charlie goes, he's a talker. And I went, oh yeah, and because everybody had already told me that, so it was weird to hear Charlie just repeat what everybody else said. Yep, he liked to talk, he said. He was funny. I had calls from several business owners down in Stewart expressing their concern because he delivered their mail. How long had he had that route?
About 11 years, 187.
11 years? Okay. All right. So, like I said, the examination to me went well because no one inflicted anything on Dad. Okay? And I would hate to think that someone would do something to him intentionally. So at this point, we're at the accident level. Again, it falls down to the medication. The funeral home will be in contact. All they need to, or the ME's office is going to contact you first, letting you know that Dad's available to be released. When Dad is available to be released,
The home picks them up.
the home picks him up. That's all you, honestly, that's all, unless the ME investigator has some questions for you. I've already got my list of things to get for her. It was the medication, the investigation report, and things like that. Since I'm going to call her, I'll let her know that whatever's on the form, change it, and she needs to make contact with you. Okay? All you need to tell them is the funeral home. Okay? They are the ones that liaison. You don't need to call the funeral home and say, hey, he's ready. You don't do any of that. You just tell them where Dad's going, and they start making the arrangements, and they will make sure that Dad gets over there. Once Dad gets over there, then the funeral home will make contact with you and let you know he's there and set up a visitation for you guys or something to that effect, whatever you want. Okay? I'm sorry?
I'm just saying, we just did this 2 years ago.
1 year.
With who?
His mom.
His mom.
His mom.
And his dad.
And his dad just passed away. But his dad isn't here. He's over in Jamaica.
So
Okay.
his sister take care of him.
Okay, you guys have all my contact information. I am sorry. This ransom thing. Seriously? Who does this? There are some
I was
evil,
asking about that too. Do
there's
you
some
guys-
evil, twisted
They wrote
people
me
out
again.
there.
After we found him,
Yeah.
he wrote me again.
I mean, is that like a separate thing that they, like somebody else can follow with and?
The problem is the guy's in a closet in Dubai. Okay? And these other countries do not like to cooperate with the United States. Okay? So we could find a subpoena, we could locate the closet that this moron is sitting in, sending you these messages. It's just so evil. It's beyond evil to take a family that's hurting and just do this. I mean, how twisted is that? Amy took very good care of you. She's absolutely in love with all of you. Amy Malavesky, the detective that was here, she's a sweetheart. But yeah, he's in Dubai. So the thing of it is even if we would locate the IP address, like we can locate this one that says that IP address belongs to 1942 Southeast Fallon, finding a closet in Dubai is not going to do us any good because law enforcement would not work with us over there anyway.
All right, just wanted to know.
Okay? I'll check. I'll ask Jim when I give him the phone. I'll ask him if there's a way or something we can do. I know we could track him down, making him responsible.
No, they know. They have our numbers.
That's how they get away with it. I mean, like I said, making him responsible is a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to know.
You know, and
I'm that type of person. If somebody did something, they need to take.
No, they need to take responsibility. Absolutely. I'm all about it too. I work runaways too, and when these runaways hang out in these houses, I charge the parents because you knew he was a runaway. Quit hiding him out. I'm with you completely, 100%. This is beyond evil to take a family that's suffering like this and add more to it. And then he says, well, it's my daughter's birthday. Send me $200. Are you, seriously? Seriously. So they kept me apprised on everything that was going on. I was just too far away to be able to help. So that's when Amy jumped in. Okay?
All right.
Do you guys have any questions?
Any questions?
Okay? All right. Why don't you walk me out?
All right.
And as soon as I hear about the pacemaker results, As soon as I get any information, I will call you guys, just like I did last time. I told you if I ever had anything, I would call you immediately, right? As soon as that pacemaker report comes in, I will call you and let you know, because that will point towards Dad having a heart issue at the time that he was in the water. Okay? Okay. All right. You guys, does everybody have my number and my email though?
Yes, we have
Yeah, the
4
email.
or 5 cards on the card.
I couldn't find your card.
It's here. I got a spare.
Okay.
We're
Yeah, I
good.
take pictures of the cards and just take the first ones up.
Don't worry about it. Just make sure Mom's got that one, okay? Hey, you got any questions, okay? I mean it. Don't let Mom go wondering something either, okay? I wish this is the part of the job where I want those amazing words to say something to make it all better. And I don't. Yeah, you got me all locked in. Okay?